It's the Opie and Anthony Show. The O&A virus spreading across America. In studio, Gene Simmons. And right away, he looks at Jim Norton and goes, he's talking about your Kiss shirt, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, well, that's not what I said. I said, that's not sucking up, is it?
He knew I was.
Yeah.
But
he's just trying to make sure that when he gets to jail, he'll be popular. I mean that in the very nicest way.
Not only did he wear the Kiss shirt, he's got pictures that he wants signed.
But only of me and him, nothing.
Yeah, I know.
And a few farm animals.
And
not a lot.
Train on one.
He was practicing on other pictures that he doesn't care about with all sorts of Sharpies to make sure it comes out perfect. Why you're gonna shut us down?
Our website we just put up opieanthony.com.
Okay, let me show you how to do it the right way. Ask me if it's okay to film.
Here we go.
Yeah, I told you already, Sam. Why don't you ask him?
Sam.
Well, of course.
Oh, all right.
See how that works?
He gave us the okay.
Yeah, before you stick it in, you say, may I?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Of course, pulling out is not an option, sorry. That was one of the first lies we ever told, isn't it? I promise I'll pull out.
Of course you mean the zoom on the camera. Because the fact that this is terrestrial radio and we're not on satellite for another hour or so.
That was not the real Gene Simmons. That was Craig from Stern's show who was doing an impression.
Oh, Craig, yes. That's a good Gene.
Oh, yeah, that was a great impression of you.
And whoever started using terrestrial, a big word like gymnasium?
I know.
It's a dumb word.
Everyone got confused as to what to call regular radio.
Then they should call terra firma radio.
Terra firma?
That's actually what Earth is called. Did you know that?
Terra firma.
Terra firma, yes.
I like Earth better.
Solid ground. We are Terrans. But those are semantics.
I like Earthling.
Earthling is
good. It sounds cuter and nicer.
To me, it sounds like jewelry.
An Earthling?
Yeah, you got
like some bling.
Does it match?
Some Earth bling.
I prefer ex-monkey.
Oh, I like it.
That's good, because that's all we are.
Yeah. A little hyphen.
Are you buying that?
You mean that in the very nicest way, of course.
Oh, yeah. I love monkeys. They're fantastic.
Some people say we're not from the monkeys, though. Jimmy.
That's actually true. We're actually descended from Australopithecus africanus, which later became Australopithecus afarensis, which was discovered in what was then known as the Olduvai Gorge of Tanganyika by L.S. Leakey.
See, we had an argument about
Dr.
that
Leakey,
recently.
I presume?
That's exactly right.
Yes.
That was Spencer Tracy. And
yes.
Livingston. I'm good.
He knows.
Yeah, 1943, I think it was.
Little picture, 1943, a little song.
You ever see The Incident with Martin Sheen?
Sure.
A hard one to find on DVD. Martin Sheen's first film.
Yeah. How did you get the from Dr. Stanley Livingston to... That was the name of the movie, by the way.
Well, because we were talking about movies.
Old movies.
That's all we need.
You seem like you've seen a lot of obscure old movies, and I can't find them on
see
DVD.
Everything. I am a nut for just useless information. Yeah, I'm sure you can tell.
A lot of Discovery, History Channel stuff,
you know what? I'm an only child, and I have a lot of time to myself.
Yeah, a lot of television time.
I pout a lot, and so I sit in front of the television. Yes, read a lot, and because I want to be an a-hole, not only privately, but of course when you get together and people say, "How are you?" I'm glad you asked me that. When I was a child of 4, you know.
What's the geekiest magazine or that you would read to get information?
New Republic.
New Republic?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's in there? What's in there that you can use?
Political insights.
Yeah. Which way does it lean?
Not necessarily in either way, although, of course, pundits on the left believe it leans to the right and likewise to the left.
That makes perfect sense.
I mean, it's just an accident depends on which side of the street you were in, because you see different sides of the accident.
I like Popular Mechanics. That kind of,
I can drive my truck, but as soon as you lift the hood...
It's over, Johnny?
I'm done.
Is that where because you're very knowledgeable on a lot of things, but cars, it's over?
I know, but that's useless time. You hire somebody for that, pay them a few bucks.
Wasn't there a KISS dragster at some point?
As a matter of fact, there were 3 KISS NASCARs. And 3 KISS NHRA cars.
Top Fuel dragsters. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, John Force, who's got a show on A&E, see the segue?
Yeah. With his chicks.
He actually was part of one of the KISS teams, I think, and his protege, whose name I can never pronounce, although he's a champion, Tony Pedragan, actually won the Las Vegas NHRA race in a KISS funny car is what they call it.
Yeah.
But, of course, now I'm involved with Indy, which are the fastest cars on Earth. Man, you got to check this out. Racing season just ended in Chicago. And I went to almost every single one. And the Simmons Abramson. Sorry?
How'd you get involved in that?
You know, I was never really aware of it. Everybody's aware of the legendary and iconic Indy 500. But until I went down and saw my first IndyCar race, this was in Texas, I saw 145,000 people having the time of their lives. And then what you're seeing, you actually can't believe. Let me just kind of lay it out for you. You get whiplash with how fast these cars go by. When you get into an American Airlines jet that takes off, JFK, for instance, you're taking off, you're airborne at 150 miles an hour. On a straight line. These cars can go 90 miles an hour faster than that. In point of fact, they have wings in the front of the car pointed down, upside down, to keep the car on the ground.
Yeah, they lose
downforce. Yeah,
over.
When they crash into each other, they take off like rockets because there's so much. It's aerodynamically built so that. For instance, the car is about 4 inches off the ground. Literally, if the ground's not completely straight, they'll crash. So they're 4 inches off the ground because they're going so fast that the air going underneath it would lift it. They would take off like rockets. They are rockets.
And you have a KISS...
Shelby now, Ant?
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
You want to cancel the Shelby now?
No, I'm getting the damn Shelby.
All right.
No, Shelby is like... NASCAR's great, but they're training wheels. That stuff. You can go into a dealership.
Boy, you are gonna
piss
off some people from the Midwest.
I'm not. You have to respect.
Don't you know this whole Indy NASCAR rivalry that goes on?
Of course,
it's huge.
Well, you should take a NASCAR and put it right next to an Indy car and see what happens.
Well, it's gonna. Well, okay. How about the first time you trade a little paint? That Indy car is gonna be.
Trade a little paint?
Trade a little paint, you know what I mean?
A little bump.
You get like,
They bump it up a bit.
Yeah, like
a little rubbing.
Well, a little rubbing, a little, that doesn't happen in that.
Roadrunner and Coyote. It's Roadrunner and Coyote, baby. You want to tread paint, you got to catch me first. The only thing they're going to be seeing is IndyCar butt, because it's going to be way ahead of you.
And you're involved in this as a sponsor?
No, the Simmons Abramson marketing firm does the worldwide branding marketing.
Of course it does.
For all of IndyCar around
Didn't you
the world.
used to play a guitar for a band?
We still do.
It's like, what happened?
Everybody's used to just doing one thing. So whatever happened to a big word like Renaissance? Or Renaissance.
I'm going to the Renaissance Festival this Saturday.
Yeah, but what it really means is...
Does that mean Earth?
No, what it really means is that you should be doing lots of stuff. You should be doing all kinds of stuff.
You are truly like Da Vinci.
Oh, I'm not gay.
Renaissance. Da Vinci's gay?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Big time.
That.
You liked little boys. Liked young flesh.
Did he?
Male young flesh, yeah.
Wow.
Naughty one, that Da Vinci.
Well, he was creative, so what does that mean?
But anyone that's creative.
I don't know. Like a nice smooth easel to paint on.
that is one of the. Da Vinci is proof positive. Everybody should treat each other nicely, because no matter what lifts your skirt, there's lots of cool stuff happening out there, and no matter where it comes from, tip your hat. But you're right. Simmons Abramson Marketing does do the worldwide branding marketing for the Indy Racing League. Check it out at IndyCar.com.
Have you ever been in an IndyCar?
I'm physically too big because every single pound, in fact, the drivers don't eat before they get into the cars. And, of course, Danica Patrick, who's a champion, really pretty girl, will leave your butt in the dust, is about 5'1", maybe 5 feet tall. And so the additional weight actually has an impact on the miles per hour. When you're doing the Indy 500, for instance, you're doing, 200. It takes about 2.5 hours because you're going over 200 miles an hour all the time.
Yeah.
And, no, hardly any crashes ever. You can't, because at those speeds, you will die.
No, they've got much safer, too.
Well, we did have a fatality, actually, in the very first race this year.
Well, except for that.
Yeah,
just let me take what I said and just throw it right out the window.
In the trials. No, these are modern knights in shining armor. These people really have a kind of a dignity and loyalty to what they do, and it's life-threatening. This is way above sports. But you're right. The Gene Simmons Family Jewels is on A&E.
Oh, yes, of course.
Big hit. I'm very proud of it. It joins my other show, which is on Nickelodeon, My Dad the Rock Star, the cartoon show, which is now in its 5th year.
5th year?
And
you've had a cartoon on Nickelodeon.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.